How are you doing there today? My name is Justin Rollins, and today we're going over basic HTML elements. And okay, let's get right to it. So, today is going to be a brief overview of what we will be learning over the next 5 weeks. So, you may be asking, what is HTML? HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. And that's what HTML is. It's a markup language that programs web pages. We are going to be using HTML5, which is the fifth version of the HTML markup language. So, two things you'll need immediately off the back is a text editor and a browser to check your work. The text editor that we're using today is Sublime Text. You can get a sample preview copy off of Google and just Google Sublime. You can use it for a while and just practice on that until you get good at what you're doing. All right, so the first thing we're going to discover is a tag. So a tag is simple. So we have different tags, like, for instance, p tag. A tag is a name surrounded by angle brackets. So you may hear say a p tag or h1 tag or body tag, HTML tag. It's just basically naming them and giving them characteristics. Next, we will have an element which has a start tag and an end tag and some content in between. So, as you see in the p tags, they have a start tag and an ending tag that has this backspace in it. And if you add some content in it, then that completes your element. Finally, we have an attribute which allows to add additional information to an element. An example of that would be in H1. H1 typically displays boldness. That's the highest level of bold that you can have in the H reference tag. And that's just starting off simple. If you notice that this title tag is indented, and that's because we just indent to make things easier to read for yourself, or if you have anybody working with you that you sharing the files back and forth, you just want to be able to classify everything as easy as possible. It has nothing to do with how the web browser reads your code or determines what everything is. It's just simply an easier way of displaying. All right, if you look up here at the very top, you see this says doc type. Doc type is just the preamble for the page to let you know what document type you're going to be using. In this case, we're using HTML. And if you look right underneath, you'll see the HTML opening tag, which will be the root or the source of the page, and that will be throughout the whole page. You see, it does not end until the bottom of the page. I'm going to show you an example page of how that looks with a whole lot of content in, and then by the end of our few weeks, you'll be ready to do such things as well. Let's see if I can get one down there for you. So we have our doc type right here, which is HTML. Then we have a header, and then we have some links and a bunch of content. And I know it looks overwhelming right now, but I promise you, over the next 5 weeks, you'll learn how to do all of these things. That's going to wrap up our brief preview of how we'll be attacking things over the next several weeks. And I'll just show you a sample web page. Here we go. Guarantee you'll know how to do some of these things over the next few weeks if you stick it through. Getting some images in there, um, even adding in certain things such as surveys, contacts forms, video pages, embedding videos such as this. All right, so thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more informational videos.